Alright, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this guy saying? This guy can barely dunk. Why should I listen to him? This guy is so ugly. If anything, plyometrics is the best way to increase your vertical. Alright, first of all, you guys have a point. But let me explain myself. Doing plyometrics is one of the main and best ways to increase your vertical. And it's 100% necessary to include in your vertical jump program. And as a beginner and intermediate athlete, you will see good progress by doing plyometrics. However, once you cross that threshold of becoming an elite and advanced athlete, which I would consider about 2 to 3 years of properly training for your vertical, then these traditional plyos like squat jumps, depth jumps, and even pogo jumps become not as useful. At this stage of your training as an elite and advanced athlete, you've probably done all of the above and more, which caused your body to adapt accordingly. You did your plyos and you saw massive improvements. So why would you listen to a guy on the internet telling you that you don't need plyometrics? Once you've progressed to a certain point, the advanced and elite level, there's only so much traditional plyo workouts can do for you. And there's only so much you can progressively overload on them. I've done it all, from bodyweight plyos to heavily loaded plyos. Your body will eventually grow accustomed to this type of training, these types of exercises, which means that if you keep doing them, your body will see it as a stimulus that it already adapted to, meaning that your body will believe that it has no reason to keep progressing, no reason to keep adapting. And that's the exact reason why people go through plateaus. They keep doing the same things that worked for them before that isn't going to work now, meaning they were weaker before and that type of training forced their body to adapt. Your body's going to need a more intense and specific stimulus to keep progressing once you reach this level. So for elite and advanced athletes, you're going to need something more intense and strenuous than traditional plyo workouts. And in vertical jump training, there's nothing more intense or specific you can get than performing max approach jumps and having max approach jump sessions. So instead of your traditional plyo workout, you're having days specifically for trying to jump your highest, trying to touch something really high, trying to dunk on a challenging rim height. And it's important that you give yourself a challenging height to touch, a challenging height to dunk on, to give your body that intense stimulus that it so desperately needs to keep going. And this is going to show your body a type of intensity that you won't be able to get from a traditional plyo workout, which would cause your vertical to keep increasing even as an elite athlete. So these will basically replace your plyo days as just a more intense and specific version of it. If you could already dunk on 10 foot easily, then I would suggest practicing doing a trick dunk to force yourself to still jump maximally, a windmill or east bay, something difficult. And if you can't dunk on 10 foot easily, then that's what you should aim for. Since these max jump sessions are more intense and specific, you wouldn't be able to perform them with as much volume. When I have jump sessions, I usually have 2 to 3 minutes in between each single jump so that I still have enough energy to still jump my highest jump after jump after jump. Once I notice that my vertical starts to decrease, I'm noticing that I'm getting lower on these dunk attempts, then that's where I cut it. So that lasts me about 40 minutes to an hour of max jumps, and I have these jump sessions twice a week only, which is sometimes still too much. Even one jump session was good enough sometimes. If you're on the younger side, then you're probably capable of doing a lot more jumping, but I'd still be careful and slowly build up to it. Start with one jump session a week, do that for a few weeks or a few months, and add another jump session once you feel like you're capable. And if you feel pain 24 hours after the jump session, that means you jumped way too much and you should dial back on the volume. So I'm not telling you to cut plyos out of your routine. Plyos are great for building a base of elasticity in your tendons and getting your tendons and muscles accustomed to these intense eccentric loads. They still have their place as a key element you should include in your vertical jump program, mainly great for beginner and intermediate athletes, and in many cases good for elite and advanced athletes too. It's also necessary when you're rehabbing back from an injury, including plyometrics into your routine progressively to get your body back into stage 3 movements and eventually back into sport. And if you notice that a certain plyo workout is working for you, hint, you notice it's working for you and increasing your vertical, then definitely don't stop. Keep doing the same thing as long as it's increasing your vertical. Then once you notice that it's not increasing your vertical anymore, try something new, try something more intense. Keep going and keep doing plyos until you plateau, because everybody plateaus with a certain workout. Eventually your body's gonna need something more intense. So try replacing your plyo days with jump days. There's nothing better than actually doing what you want to get better at. In this case, you want to jump as high as you possibly can, so jump more. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. I make sure to answer everything. All right, later.